Good evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I suppose it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Marlo Gazzoli here, bringing you the Seaside matchup for your La Salette Lions. Although perhaps it looks like Blaze Arona and Michael McCarr making their way here. But the Seaside Lions, let's get that starting lineup to you. At fullback, we have number 15, Daniel Sullivan. 11, 12, 13, and 14, we have Michael Neese. We have Louis Dittman, we have Sebastian Cook, and we have Marcel, the Archbishop Lefebvre. In the front row, we have Sean Hanlon, Carlos Speck, and Peter Agpaperon. In the 6th jersey, we have Nick Kellerman. 4 and 5, we have Wyatt Herman and Dominic Wallace. At number 7, we have Tobias McQuillan, and the 8th man is Henry Dittman. Oh, I'm sorry, and I forgot, of course. At number 10, we have Connor Hanlon, and at number 9, Salo Cruz. Hello, Michael. Welcome in.
Hello, Mr. Gazzoli, and it's very exciting always to watch these Seaside games. Seaside is definitely it's not a developmental side, but these players out there are definitely playing, get some experience out there to play on the pitch, get ready to play later on in their later career, and hopefully one day be on the A-side team, as they're getting a lot of experience with the great coaching of Coach Lanthier and Father Carlisle.
And, of course, special consultant Mr. Joshua Hayes, also providing some service.
Yes, Mr. Hayes, the old rugby coach back in the old days of La Salette, definitely putting a lot of time and effort in right now for to help out with the Seaside and give them his expertise.
It'll be a scrum, the second of the match. And while they set up the scrum, let's remind you, or at least tell you for the first time, about our reserves. In the 16 jersey, Henry Betts. 17, Sumantri. 18, Enzo Nice. 19, Darren Esparza. 20, Benedict Blood. 21, Roman Kotsis. And somewhere in there is Shoberly.
And it is quite a chilly day out. It's not too bad. I was sitting outside for a little bit, not really moving around. The players out there are moving around, but it still is a little chilly out there. The sun has finally come out, so that will be nice for this Seaside team. The varsity team got it at the very end of their game.
Salo sends it out to Peter. Whistle blown, penalty, not coming in from the side, I do believe. Salo, the captain, as the referee says, "Get back, you Eagles." Number 7 taking it in right for the try. That was Tobias McQuillan. 5 points for the Seaside Lions.
And Salo Cruz, we definitely saw him last year in the Seaside State Championship. Definitely a very valuable player. However, one thing I want to see is him score. He wasn't able to score last year. That's not really his position. His job is to move the ball around, get it out, pass it, make plays for himself, see the field, and he does a very good job at that. However, just my personal want, I guess you could say. I really want to see him get in the try zone and put points up on the board.
Daniel Sullivan, the sophomore, going to be doing the kicking.
It's a nice short kick, and that's going to be good for 2 points. Again, by Daniel Sullivan. Definitely working on his kicking. He's out there in the mornings, spends a little bit of time after PE. And Mr. Gazzoli, what do you? I mean, I know we saw a lot of good things from the varsity, but what do you? What's good to see from like a Seaside team, like developmental wise?
Well, I think you want to see them playing with good, solid fundamentals, the basics of the game. You know, the sort of things that they work on. You know, good tackling, good passing, doing all the sorts of things that will be the foundation for the more advanced play that we want from the A side. So just so long as they're out there playing solid fundamentals, and we don't expect them to be perfect. We expect mistakes, but just so long as they learn from those mistakes, that's the end idea. Sallow has it. And it looks like, it looks like Mark Schoberly and Benedict Blood are playing for the Eagles. Let's see who else. Looks like Henry Dittman also playing, I think. Lewis Dittman, I think was that. Yes.
I believe so.
Lewis Dittman offloaded it.
And that was a good offload in running. Gets his arm around and makes a good offload, and that's nice to see from Lewis Dittman. He's only a freshman. Definitely one of the stronger players out there. He's definitely more athletic, has more athletic minds, which is great to see him. He's definitely getting some playing time out there. A lot of people wanted him to play last year, however, because he was only an 8th grader, he wasn't able to. But right there, you can just see him bounding down the field and with a nice offload.
As our cameraman, William Reen, gets some gloves from his brother. Hopefully these gloves will fit. Sallow has it, taking it himself. Oh, he offloads. Number 14, Marcel. He had it, and he gets in for the try. He plants it over there on the far side of the pitch. Marcellus from the state of New Mexico, I do believe. $12-0.
And I do believe, are we right next to the Chicago Airport O'Hare?
Oh, yes, we are, Michael.
Because planes have been flying around us for the past hour, I would say.
Oh, yes.
For this whole game, and it's quite fascinating. They're very close to the ground, and every 20 minutes or so, you just see a plane go by and come into land or come into take off. And John Reen definitely can give us a little bit about that since he's becoming a pilot himself.
That is true. John Reen in the booth with us, helping, being our general factotum, I suppose, but also training to be a pilot. Have you got the license yet? Almost got the license. Wow.
Always wanted to fly, but eyesight prevents it. So
that is a somewhat essential part of the flying process, I do believe. Although with computers, I suppose.
There is a test that I do believe that you put a screen up. You can't look outside, and you have to fly with the instruments only.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, maybe in about 50 years I could become a pilot with the technology.
Oh. Salo probably should have let that go, but, whatever. It didn't go 10 meters. That kick earlier by Sullivan, by the way, was good, so we're at 14. Lewis Dittman, unstoppable. Well, for quite a bit of it, right?
Finally brought down after he was a little bit high. He could have gotten lower, and nice passing, nice cut there.
Nice, the new sophomore. Brought down, he thought about up and loading. The support is there, so it's all good.
And Michael Neese, finally another Michael in the school. I believe he used to play rugby in Europe, unless I am wrong.
Yes, he did. I do believe that is true. He played in Belgium or France. No doubt if any listeners are from Belgium or France, they're both going to be upset that I could confuse the two. But the Lions are in for a try. 5 more. Let's see. I'm going to say that I think that was Wallace because he was the one with the ball last. So we'll just say it was Wallace. Dominic Wallace, I think. Right? Yes, Dominic Wallace from the great state of Kentucky. Although he did spend some time in St. Louis. Coach Lanthier jogging out onto the pitch. Oh, to speak to, that's sort of, I guess you have to talk to your players who are playing for the other team.
Mr. Lanthier definitely loves to get out there and do some of the exercises with the players, likes to be involved a lot, and
it hit the tree again. And that 2 points are good for Sullivan.
And I'm expecting one of these kicks to go over the fence, and I don't know if any of them happened last game and go straight into the street, but might be a little bit too far.
That is a bit of a major thoroughfare there. So hopefully nothing, don't put too much English on the ball. Don't hoof it too much. Let's see, the Taft Eagles. What is that? Is that purple and black is their colors, or is it a blue?
I want to say blue because blue's on the field, but
Oh, yes.
on the jerseys I cannot quite tell.
Yeah, it's probably all blue. They've got
Blue socks.
blue socks, at least some of them do.
Definitely, I like the all-white uniforms for the Seaside. That used to be a varsity jersey, and a nice tumble roll, and gets right back up, and there's a penalty awarded to the Lions.
What's Salah going to do? He kicks and finds touch. Good kick.
But it went indirectly into touch, so is it still, or is the red line or yellow line touch?
It is the yellow line, but as long as it gets out,
Okay.
we're all good. Carlos Speck as Coach Michael Vitri comes into the booth. Carlos Speck going to be doing the putting in. Oof. Lost it.
Went right through the hands of the Lions, and Taft is going to get an opportunity on offense, but they are brought quickly to the ground by the Lions defense.
There's Nick Kellerman and Michael Neese. Whistle blown, penalty.
I believe that's on Nicholas Kellerman coming in from the side.
You can't do that. He's still in basketball mode.
Didn't quite get on sides. He was a little eager to poach the ball. And right there you can see the wing backing up to make sure that 50-22 is not taken. It's Michael Neese backs up too.
As the ball bounced off the bleachers, hit the windows of the press box right next to us. Nick Kellerman retrieves it. It rolls just past Father Carlisle, the judge of touch.
I remember when Father Flannery used to be the touch judge back when he was here as a priest.
And we, if he's watching, we wish him the best. We hope he's doing well in Denver. Looks like that was that Schoberly who brought it in for the Taft Eagles? Good for him.
It would definitely be a great privilege if he was able to come down here for our grad, Father Flannery, but I don't know if that is quite possible since he is extremely busy in Colorado. And the Lions defense holding Taft, preventing them from getting too many meters as they're fighting over possession of the ruck. And finally, they are going to gain possession of the ruck. Salo passes it out. See the back line movement here.
Dittman with a solid carry. One of the Taft Eagles was about to do a high tackle and decided to think better of it. Connor Hanlon sends it out to Sully. Sully offloaded. I don't think he needed to, but nice of him to do so. And that was Michael Neese.
And I don't know if they had talked about that before. It kind of looked like Daniel wanted to give Michael an opportunity to get some points on his stat sheet for his time playing at La Salette.
As they bumped fists, so perhaps that's exactly what was going on. Sully setting up for the kick.
And this quick kick is definitely more difficult than the last. That was straight on. And I'm not going to say anything because I think I might have jinxed Kevin Quigley's kick on the other game.
The announcer's curse. It's real. And it's definitely real. Look what you've done.
Oh, man. Kevin's last one hit the pole extremely close. And thankfully, it was not a game-determining kick.
So, Taft, the Eagles will be doing the kicking. As the sun is now just shining. Bevies of sun coming down, the warming rays. As Hanlon took it in.
And the Taft player kind of gets sandwiched in there, but finally he's able to roll out.
Oh, knock on by Peter. Taft has it, so they will play advantage.
A nice tackle there by Peter Agbaparan, I believe.
It goes loose. Whistle is blown. They'll go back for the knock-on. So it'll be some scrummage. Scrummage as the game is afoot.
And which, in your personal opinion, Mr. Gazzoli, do you prefer more, the scrum or the line-out? The scrum, I would say, is the stereotypical rugby play, I guess you could say.
Oh, I love the line-out. That's just, I don't know, it's just so much fun to watch. And I guess there's more options, you know.
That's true.
The strategy, you can fake them out, do the little, or you could do a quick line-out as well.
I love the quick line-out. I've seen many professional plays where the other team is expecting a line-out and they're walking around on the field, and the other team, quick thinking, takes advantage of it and gets a quick throw in, throws it right in, and they've scored off of that. So hopefully maybe we can see some of that this season. I don't know.
What I want to see is a drop goal. You know?
I have not. I supposedly Father Carlisle, in his time playing at La Salette, did a couple of those, but
those are the days of yore of legendary as the Lions. That's Connor Hanlon making meter upon meter. Out on the far, but out into touch, saith the touch judge.
And the question is, do you take the risk of missing a drop goal when you're close enough to take a drop goal? That means you're close enough. That means you're pretty close to the try line, unless you're a professional where you can do a 50-meter drop goal.
Well, that is the thing. Probably at this level, to attempt a drop goal would probably not be a good idea. Probably better to just try and go for the try. But you know, if you are, yes, as you say, a professional or at the international level or something, like South Africa in 1995 when they won it in overtime with the drop goal. So, but it's not 1995, and we're not South Africa, so probably won't see any drop goals today. But we can dream, and if you will it is no dream.
I think Brother Jude was telling us when he played at La Salette, was it Deister maybe? I don't want to say any names, but there was somebody that did a drop goal, I believe, too. He did a drop goal and made it, so maybe there's hope.
There's always hope. The sun is shining. Rugby is being played. Taft has it with the kick, which was almost blocked by Tobias. Salette has it. He sends it off to Michael Neese. Ooh, it was close. Sebastian sends it off to Hanlon on this near side of the pitch. Salette sending it in. Tobias. with the pick. I believe that was Carlos Speck.
And a nice forward move
Oh,
there.
but the knock by Lewis Dittman. So we'll do some more scrumming. Our producer engineer is Thomas Dafke. Our cameraman is John Reen. Sorry, Bill Reen. John Reen's also here.
And hopefully we'll be able to get some can I say cooler?
Some cooler.
Cooler camera angles in this upcoming season. Bring some new things to La Salette that you've never seen before. So please tune in to keep watching those games because you never know, it might be the first time we show.
Innovation, technology. I still want the on the field, reporter at halftime sort of thing. That's what I want to get someday. They can have one of those sort of pointless interviews with the coach, where the coach you ask them a question, the coach just says something that's totally platitudinous. As Connor Hanlon offloads, Sallow has it.
And there he
goes. There it is, Michael.
There it is. Sallow Cruz scores his first try of this rugby season, and I believe of his first career as a La Salette rugby player. And maybe you could say a broadcaster's curse and a blessing.
But Salah's got it. He's good for 5. And Sully will be doing the kicking.
One thing that I would definitely like for camera-wise is instant replay. That is very difficult. And also a camera screen for the broadcasters because, as I said, the eyesight is not too great. So it would definitely be a lot easier to see players if we had a monitor up here. But we'll see what we can do to upgrade all of yours enjoyment of watching this game.
Yes, we are dedicated to excellence in broadcasting, bringing you the best.
Lots of work done behind the scenes, especially this game. Blaise Laronia putting a lot of effort in to get things ready to learn some broadcasting skills. Watching the professionals, learning how to do it, learning the
tricks of the trade.
Tricks of the trade. Thank you.
The do's and the don'ts.
The most terrifying thing is to have a mind blank, and it happens quite often.
It's like, was the ref just saying, what are you guys doing? Come on, get up here.
I believe they were switching jerseys. Some La Salette players went over.
Oh, they've gone over.
I saw somebody putting on a jersey, and they had white shorts on, so.
Oh, John Reen's figured out the pattern, which is that if they're wearing white shorts and a Taft jersey, there are guys. So give that man a cookie.
And the Lions.
Marcel
with a big run. Nice pass to Michael Nees.
Oh, his gum shield went out. There it is. Oh, he's got it. We're all good. Oh, knock on. Well, but before the knock on, it was a penalty. Oh, penalty is not rolling away. Yeah. Oh, Tobias now playing for the Eagles. Brought down by Dittman. Lewis. We've got 2 Dittmen on the team.
The Lions defense definitely got to all be up. They're at a little bit of an angle, or at least they were. And they got to make sure that they're not off sides.
That was Roman Kotsis is in the game, by the way, wearing the 21 jersey, I do believe, for the Lions. Roman Kotsis of Calgary, Alberta, from the Great White North. Or the land is cold and covered in snow constantly.
This is probably very warm weather for him. I'm sure he enjoys the
balmy temperatures of Chicago. Yes. Oh, late hit, Gordon Bennett, on Connor Hanlon. But he's fine. Connor Hanlon and his brother Seamus both hailing from the great city or metropolitan area of St. Louis. Marcel offloads to Sebastian Cook. Ooh.
And Sebastian wanted to try, but he's brought down, and a nice quick grab and go.
The ref taking a look, still not there. She's saying stay on sides.
And they have the numbers. A very easy score here, and there it is again.
Louis Dittman getting 5 more for the Lions.
And another play that I, after seeing Salo score, another play that I would like to see score is Joseph Simantry, number 17.
And yes, he is. He is on the pitch. There he is, Joseph Simantry from the great city-state of Singapore. I'm not quite sure how to describe Singapore. I suppose a city-state.
Geography is definitely not my
Not your strong suit,
strong
Michael?
suit, so I will leave that up to you.
But yes, you got to be careful. You like spit on the street, they cane you or something. As the kick was good. Oh, it went out into traffic.
And let's hope all the cars are all right out there. I didn't hear any class.
More concerned about who has to go get it. Oh, somebody. Random passerby. Ah, well, thank you for your service to whoever that is.
And will they be able to get it over the fence? Looks like they're going to throw it over, and
Oh!
nope, they're not going to make it. But back to the rugby game as Taft prepares to kick off. Back to the lines once again.
I mean, that is a high fence, to be fair.
Definitely. And they made it over the second time.
And Sumantri has it. At least I think it was him. Marcel handing it off. It's getting, it's really quite toasty with now that the sun has emerged, at least in our little greenhouse here. That is the booth. Salo telling Nick Kellerman to get out of there. Connor Hanlon has it on the bounce, making his way down the pitch further and further. Can he be stopped? Can he be stopped? No!
And he makes another easy kick for Daniel Sullivan. A little bit of sarcasm there. Another difficult kick. It's going to be another one all the way, almost as far as you can, away from the goal posts.
As the Lions take opportunity to hydrate.
Hydration is key.
Mm-hmm.
Have a lot of problem if you are feeling tired. Always try to hydrate. Definitely can be a factor to a lot of problems. Number one thing, headache.
Really?
Get a lot of those, and most of the time you're just dehydrated.
I did not know that. Kick
Mike.
is no good. As we are coming to the 30-minute mark in this first half of play, I could never remember if since it's the Seaside, is it just 30-minute halves or is it also 35? We think it's 35. I guess we could have just, I could have just, left it at that. And we would have found out.
Mm-hmm.
I might not be proven wrong. But them's the breaks. Taft has it. Advantage is being played. The Taft. Well, I guess they're sort of eagle lions because we've got the lion and the eagle. They're basically a what do you call that? What is that thing? Griffins, that's right. Basically, so we'll call them the Griffins. Thank you,
Mr.
Blaze.
Laronia coming up with the facts for us.
Right. Or not to be confused with a chimera, which is also part lion, but I think lacking the avine element.
Learn something new every day.
As the Griffins, tumbling through, going right over Seamus Hanlon. Off on the far side, breakaway. Ooh, very close. The hand is out. It's a penalty to the Lions not releasing. And it's sort of ironic because that's one of the Salette players playing for the Eagles. So not releasing, I do believe it was. Salo kicks it into touch. And so we shall have a lineup. Off on the far side of the pitch, in the sun.
And I don't know if the Seaside has practiced, but just give a passing the ball straight to the front player and not even jumping, trying to throw off the other team. But I don't know if the Seaside is at that level yet.
Sully with the kick. Oh, what the? He just punched him in the face. Michael Neese. He didn't do the punching. He got punched in the face. That was what it looked like.
And he still came up with a big tackle.
It was like, well, anyway. Not rolling away. Penalty to the Eagles. As it looks, it looks like Enzo is on the pitch. Enzo Neese, the other Neese brother. I think he switched jerseys with Marcel. I think, because he's now got 14 on, and that's not Marcel, unless he really got banged up on the pitch. Also on the pitch now is Darren Esparza, the already mentioned Roman Katzis. As Schoberly takes the line out, it was put in by Tobias McQuillan for the Griffins. Sebastian Cook, the first in that tackle. He receives some assistance. Lewis Dittman takes it away, offloads. Enzo's got it. His brother picks it up as it goes loose. He's tackled by Peter A. for the other side.
And
Salo has it. Pandemonium everywhere. Penalty to the Lions.
Carlos has got to make sure that he stays on his feet when he goes into ruck.
Salo quickly taps it. Connor.
A great move there. Gets through all the defenders and finally breaks to the last defender. And
He just plants it there. Right between the poles. It's getting a bit warm in here. I'm hoping, yes. Thank you, Michael. Michael has 2 arms that can do these things. So I say thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
of course,
And then we can get some more of that. It's always nice to get the field noise, you know?
definitely. And you can hear what the ref says. St. Ignatius, that was a little bit difficult for Blaze and I. We were in a nice broadcasting booth. However, he was mute. And mute's not, is mute the right word, I think?
Back into traffic. The kick's good. As the half is getting close to an end, looks like time is about to expire. Indeed, it seems to have expired, judging by the timekeeper, Thomas Stafke. who's not the or the Time Lord. We'll call him the Time Lord. That's what we'll call him. Oh, and that was quite impressive. I think that was Marcel for the Griffins who stole it away. The Griffins right on the verge of getting a try, but the Lions, wait, no. It's a try for the Griffins. A try for the Griffins. I'm not sure which Griffin planted it down, but that's definitely a way to bring the first half to an end. I suppose it's a bit ironic. Well, as the buzzer, the siren, whatever that is, officially the hooter.
Thought it was an emergency vehicle the first time I heard it.
And the kicking will not be done by, will be done by one of the actual Eagles. They talk amongst themselves. Here comes the kick. It is, oh, no good. Hits the crossbar of the hoops. And
I don't hear a whistle from the ref.
well, she's just sort of heading off to the side of the pitch is what it looks like. She's done with it.
Maybe
I guess it is halftime. Why not? I didn't hear a whistle.
Tom Staffke said he did, so.
Well, Tom Staffke is the producer engineer, so we shall take his word for it. At the half, the Lions are 52. The Griffins are 5. And we say thank you very much for watching. We shall return shortly. And welcome back, sports fans, to the second half of this seaside matchup between your La Salette Lions and the Taft Eagles. Marlo Gazzoli here with Mr. Blaise Laronia to bring you this second half. Not as much offense as in the varsity, but still plenty of exciting rugby.
Lions already up at 52 points. If they can get to 100 like varsity, it might be hoping for a lot, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, it's sort of funny when you think about it, yeah, that, yeah, we're only up by 52. We only have 52 points.
All right.
But I guess we are on pace for over 100. Sumantri along the, high tackle. Although the referee did apparently not see it.
Connor Hanlon has done really well this game. Scored a couple tries, and his passing has been spot on.
Connor Hanlon, the sophomore from Missouri, in the fly half. As the Griffins take it away, Marcel and Tobias. Amongst that happening, Henry Betts offloading. Oh, Sumantri with the tackle. One of the Griffins has got a hold of his foot. Hanlon loses. All right, then the Griffins have it. A fierce melee. The Griffins sending it out the back line. But the Lions' defense, too solid. They give away the penalty. As Tobias hands off the ball to the fly half for the Griffins.
It appears Ian Kellerman is also another, I guess, so-called Griffin, a Lion playing for the Eagles.
Penalty to the Lions. Salo takes it quickly. Oh, knock on. Knock on by... Cannot see the jersey. Oh, that was a knock on by Roman. Advantage is being played to the Griffins. Oh, so this is a sort of a Kellerman versus Kellerman
I suppose so.
situation. The Griffins. Ooh, oh, oh, oh.
And knock.
Well,
Although the ref
she-
didn't call it.
She didn't see it. I guess she's, from her point of view, he got a handle on it. Henry Betts. Nick Kellerman with the... Oh, there's Henry Betts. Penalty to... No, not a penalty. It's a scrum. No. Yes. A scrum in the front row for the Lions. We've got Seamus Hanlon, Carlos Speck, and Darren Esparza is in the front row. His brother Titan, of course, already playing for the varsity as a sophomore. Salo takes it. Sends it out to Hanlon. Enzo has it. Can't be brought down. Offloads to the number 8 man. There it is. I've got my notes. Tells me.
And is that Sebastian Cook? Can't quite see.
If
Number
he's in-
13.
That is Sebastian in the 13 jersey. The Lions very close. But they lost it. The Griffins took it away. Scrum to the Lions.
And are the Lions making substitutions here, or they're going to keep who they have? I guess they'll stay with the lineup they have.
Oh, sorry, it is a lineup.
Carlos Speck throwing it in. Does the Lions get the lineup?
That was Henry Dittman in the number 8 jersey who brought it in.
Can't tell from here if the Lions still have possession.
Oh, it's gone to the Griffins.
No.
The Griffins have it. Deep in their own try zone. A great melee, a mass of bodies, mass confusion. The ref taking a look. It was held up, I do believe, and so it'll be a scrum to the Lions, or perhaps it was some other infraction, but the result is a scrum to the Lions. A 5 meter, or in this case it appears to be a 5-yard scrum.
Well, the sun's come out all the way, so it's a bit difficult to see down at the far end of the field. And I believe the ref is giving instructions to the players. As the scrum is taking a while to get set up. And Michael is back on, and for Mr. Gazzoli.
I am, and I was just down on the side of the pitch, talking to the varsity players, definitely in good spirits, very happy about their game that they just played. Telling a bit about all those things that I didn't see, and talking about all the great deeds they did, I guess. Definitely being humble about it, though, I would like to say for them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, but everybody seems healthy, which is good. Couple bruises, but that's to be expected after a rugby game.
Right. No injuries is always a good thing.
One of the things we pray for before every game. No serious injuries, honor, and victory.
Exactly. Victory being at the bottom of the list, of course.
Yes, that is something that
Playing.
Father Carlisle has definitely been wanting to. And the ball is in the try zone, and I don't know if he was out the back or if he was able to get the points.
No, I believe the ref called out the back. Sumantri wasn't quite able to get a hand on it before it rolled out of bounds.
And Sumantri, I was down right by him when he had the ball running, and I was yelling at him that he needed to score. However, he was brought down to the ground, and he had a decent tackle a couple minutes later. Definitely getting his time and experience out there. And Joseph Sumantri, no, I'm trying to think of Joseph's other brother. Gregory, thank you very much. Gregory Sumantri was a rugby player, and he was a wing
And so
for
was
A side.
so was his older brother Thomas.
Gregory
Thomas
Sumantri
Sumantri.
in the seminary right now, and I guess
Indeed.
we should probably call him Mr. Sumantri. Is he a cleric yet?
Yes, he is.
Yes, all right, so Mr. Sumantri.
Lions haven't scored in a bit. Seems that their maybe their momentum has run out and just kind of at a standstill. Seaside games are definitely more of a developmental environment for the players. Still competitive, but definitely more of a learning experience for the players than as opposed to maybe the varsity.
Definitely last year's, and they're in the try zone. That is, as you were saying, they haven't scored in a while. There they go. Lions,
Henry Dittman scoring the try for the Lions.
5 more points on the board. But last year's Seaside State Championship game, I was on the side of the field. It was a very thrilling game, especially because the stakes were higher. It was either second place or first place, and second place is the first loser, so nobody likes to do that.
And Sullivan will take the kick for the Lions. Almost in the middle of the post, not quite, a little bit off. And his kick is good. Adding 2 more points to the Lions' lead, putting them at 59. And Father Carlisle being the line judge yet again for this game.
And as Mr. Gazzoli said earlier, passing, rucking, and tackling, those are the backbone of rugby, and the professionals practice it. They grind it into the players, so there is no reason why we should not. And Mr. Lanthier, Coach Vitri, and Coach Hayes are all part of the process of helping this Seaside team. And it's been doing all right this game.
Sebastian Cook taking it into contact after fielding the kick.
Good acceleration there. A lot of players you see when they're about to run into contact, they slow down, but there Sebastian looked like he sped up quite a bit right before going into contact.
And a penalty called against the Lions.
And another lucky break for the Lions. Weather-wise, last game against St. Ignatius, it was supposed to be snowing and raining and possibly game canceled. And today was supposed to be raining 40 degrees, but from where I'm standing, it's a little chilly outside, but
Sun's come out and warmed things up.
exactly. It's not too bad. Not too bad.
And I believe that's Dominic Wallace playing for the Eagles.
Big run there by him. That's good to see. He's broke a couple tackles and was finally brought down. The ball was sitting on the pitch after a knock, and they went to pick it up, but the ref blows the whistle.
This field is pretty similar to the field that the Lions last played on at Trine.
There was a T in the middle of the field too, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Maybe it's the lucky T.
Playing on a turf pitch is a little bit painful.
You get
but
rug burn, yep.
it is better in bad weather though.
Excuse me, turf burn. And there's another breakaway. It's 1v1, and Taft is going to be brought down.
Strong counter rucking there by the Lions, but not able to come away with the poach. Taft trying to gain some meters. They will offload. Now down their back line.
Good job on the Lions making sure that their defense is there, and there's a high tackle called on the Lions, and the Taft is going to opt for a quick tap and go.
Taft players being pushed around by Lion players.
Lions definitely being aggressive today, and there's a big tackle as they see the player standing still, and they go in for the tackle, I guess you could say.
Not an overly exciting game so far.
And there's another penalty, and it was offsides. The Lions were not back 10, and Taft knocked it on the door.
I thought Taft would score there, but Lions quickly push them back and continue to push them back.
Try-line defense, that's what we like to see, pushing Taft back, preventing them from scoring, and hopefully they're going to get a turnover soon.
As they continue to lose meters. Although they are making their way back up to the Lions try zone. Peter Agbaparonu almost to the try zone, not quite. Now Dominic Wallace will score for Taft, giving them 5 more points to put them at 10. I'm not sure how many Lions players total we have playing for Taft, but I would imagine it's quite a few by this point. Mr. Gazzoli says 7.
So
7 it is.
changes the number to 8, so I guess you could just count the white shorts on the field. The sun is right in my eyes, so I'm not able to see.
And the kick is left of its mark. So Taft will remain at 10 points with 18 minutes left to play in the second half of this game.
For this game, I was calling the referee ref, which I believe the actual term for rugby is sir. Unless I'm wrong, Mr. Gazzoli.
Well, in this situation, it'd be a little bit strange. You have a female ref and calling the ref sir. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe Mr. Gazzoli can enlighten us with the rules. That kick does not go 10 meters. So it will be, oh, it won't be called back for a center field
50-meter scrum, yep.
scrum. It'll be a line out to the Lions, I believe. Dittman and Saulo doing the jumping, I believe. Can't quite see. It is Dittman, but Taft comes away with the ball. And they will pass it down to the side.
They have numbers right now, and they're not going to pass it out.
Taft passing the ball back the other way now. Switch play as Ben Blood smushes Wyatt Herman.
And it's Lions versus Lions in that ruck. Taft now is on the offensive, gaining meters, doing some good rucking, getting the ball out quickly. Still in possession of the ball, and nice job there, not running, not catching the ball on flat feet, but catching it while running, giving yourself more momentum. And now the Lions have it, and they break through the line, however, are brought down.
Saulo with a fake. He will go to ground. Now Dittman, the older Dittman, Henry. Now the Lions passing it to their backs as a high tackle is called after one of the Taft players failed to
Looks like he hit
Enzo Nice
right in the head. Nice
but he's going to be
kick
fine
there.
as Connor kicks it the touch.
And I don't know if there's a mercy rule in rugby. There is no mercy rule, so I was wondering if they would ever just stop the game early, or did they play until the full 80 minutes?
I thought that might have happened last game with the varsity, but they continued to play and they scored 124 points. I believe a record for La Salette. John Reen flying the drone right in front of the broadcast booth.
And it's going to be the scrum for Taft as they put the ball in, and the Lions, I believe, pushed forward before the ball was put into the scrum. So that's a penalty for Taft.
Ref holds back Taft before they kick, and that kick will go to touch.
And if it had bounced, if it had gone indirectly into touch, that would have been a 50 22. It would have been Taft's line out, however. It went straight into touch. So it's going to be the Lions, and Carlos Speck now has the ball, getting ready to throw it in for the line out.
Carlos, a new addition to the Seaside team this year. He didn't play too much last year. And the ball taking a strong backwards bounce right into the hands of Connor Hanlon. As the Lions move it to their outside, to their wings. Some ferocious rucking on the sidelines. Saulo passing the ball out. Carlos Speck gaining a few meters. The Lions forwards have not stopped to pound the defensive line. As the ref calls a line out, I believe. Yes, it is a line out. Both teams ready to jump, and Taft comes away with it. Now to their backs. Henry Betts passes it to the number 12. The Lions a little bit clumped up in the middle. Taft's able to gain a few meters on the outside.
There was a slight hole in the Lions' defense there for a second. They quickly closed that.
A lot of passing back and forth from sideline to sideline from Taft here. They're making slow progress towards the Lions' try zone. Good tackle by Nicholas Kellerman. And the Lions come away with the ball. Lewis Dittman gets a breakaway, not able to offload it.
And I asked Mr. Gazzoli this, but which do you prefer, lineouts or scrums?
I think I prefer lineouts. Lineouts are usually quicker to set up.
And Enzo Nees putting on some speed. He's going to get into the try zone and place the ball for 5 more points for the Lions. Running all the way outside, close to the touchline, and wraps around and finds his way into the try zone.
It's cool to see that from Enzo Nees. Mr. Lanthier made a last-minute change on the roster, and he actually moved him to the Seaside's bench. So that's nice to see him contribute in a big way.
Yeah, he's only a freshman, and along with Michael, I believe he played in Europe. And it's great for him to be able to get some experience, game experience so early in his rugby career at Salette.
He is quite speedy, so definitely a big weapon.
Definitely, as soon as he learns the game and learns the plays, I'm sure he will be a big asset to this Seaside team, at least this season.
And the score is 69-10 now. As Taft again is taking their time up to the kickoff. with 7.5 minutes to go in the second half of this game.
And possibly, I have definitely not heard any new updates, but in the professional rugby world, I think I heard that they were trying to lower the tackling height. You have to tackle under the waist now. They haven't put that law into effect, but I believe they were thinking about it. I don't know if they're still thinking about it, but
Yeah, I saw a couple articles and videos on that rule, and many of the players and coaches were in disagreement with that proposition.
they changed the scrum rules 2014 or 2011. Can't quite remember, but they changed the scrum rules a little bit for the safety of the players. And that's why they would be changing the tackling height. And there's another big breakaway on the pitch for the Lions. Except technically this is a football field. Just the lines are extended to make it a rugby pitch, I guess.
Taft making some major progress. And now passing it down their backs. And Sumantri is held up.
And maybe we can get a maul here.
Not brought to ground. And a penalty will be awarded to the Lions. So it will be their scrum.
Sumantri, it's a 1v1 right now. If they pop the ball to him, he can hopefully take the sideline and get past the one Taft player in his way and possibly put the ball in. And they're going that way. Salo, he gives it to Sumantri. Sumantri is wide open. He's going down, and this might be it. Joseph Sumantri in the try zone. Places it in, and there we go. Joseph Sumantri gets the ball into the try zone, and 5 points for him.
Nice to see that. Salo took the ball out of the scrum, and he ran it.
He saw Sumantri, and he set it up. He held the ball. Nice job by Salo. He held the ball. So 9 committed to tackling Salo, and then he dished it to Sumantri, and Sumantri used his speed to get around and find his way into the try zone and quickly placed it in for 5 points. Hats off to Joseph Sumantri.
Lions already up at 74. They might not reach 100 as the varsity did, but still quite a large lead. And Sullivan will take another kick. As his kick is good. I believe that's because of the way the wind is blowing. That side of the field is easier to kick on than the other side. I noticed that in the varsity game. Although the wind has died down a little bit. It was quite strong back in the varsity game, and Kevin Quigley had a little bit of trouble kicking on the other side of the field. Three and a half minutes now left to go in the game.
Titan Esparza with us after a great game out there on the pitch for the A side, wearing number 7. I believe we got a try out there, so great asset for this Lions rugby team. As the C side's back at it, finally brought down after that return on the 40-yard line on the football field.
High tackle is called, and the Lions will be awarded a tap and go. Salo's pass will hit the ground. And Enzo Nice again making a run. Connor Hanlon will bring the Lions up to a little past the 45-meter mark. And the Lions are back at it, approaching Taft's try zone.
The offense has good depth. They just need to pass it down the line. And
Nick Kellerman with a strong run.
takes it in the contact. They have numbers. And there we go.
Nice
Breaking
cut in by
through.
Sullivan. Taking it all the way. Not quite to the try zone. Cruz takes it in. Now Dittman takes it in. Salo will pass it back the other way to Nice, but unfortunately he knocks the ball before they're able to pass it the other way. So the ref calls it, and there will be a scrum awarded to Taft Eagles. Salo's now helping one of the, I believe it's Nick Kellerman, is helping him stretch out. Muscles cramping up, especially late in the game. Both teams ready to go. But the ref awards a penalty to Taft. And they will tap and go. Or maybe they will kick to touch. I'm not sure which. It looks like they'll kick. And the kick will not go the way it was intended. Sullivan passes to Salo over on the other side of the field. Hardly any Taft defenders there. Nice, the speedy Nice again on his way, not quite making it all the way. He'll offload to, I believe that was Speck or Dittman, and they are tackled into touch. So it will be a line out awarded to the Eagles as the siren goes off, signaling the end of the half. However, there still may be a few more minutes left in the game as the ref has the official time.
And after this, I believe our next game is April 1st against South Suburban.
I think we might have a game on the Friday before that, however. March 31st.
I apologize, yes.
We play Marist.
So please tune into that for the second game of the season as the ball's rolling around and the Lions jump on it.
A knock called.
And there's
now
the whistle
time called
for the end of the game. A good game for the Lions and the Taft for these both Seaside rugby teams, and then for the A-side Lions, very good job done by them. And for this game, William Reen, running the camera, has been outside the entire time, and so thank you very much for him. Again, it was not too warm out there at the beginning of these games. We have Tom Stavke, our producer, has been at the computer. Blaise Ronya, Mr. Gazzoli, and myself, Michael McCall. On behalf of all of us, thank you so much for tuning in. And please tune in on March 31st for our next game. Thank you very much.